Good afternoon, Scott Redler, T3 Live. It is Wednesday and you are over the hump, right? If you want a good laugh, Google hump day and maybe you'll see a camel walk down the street and it'll give you a little chuckle. Anyway, with that being said, the day is over. It was kind of funny. At the end of the day, I got an email from people in the media saying, do you think this is a weird day? Very quiet. And I go, usually after a big upside move like we saw yesterday, why would a digestion day be something out of the realm? You know, a day, an inside day in the actual indices where stocks or individual names have a nice move, and that's when we excel because we find where the action is. So if you look at the chart of the S&P or the SPX, you will see that, you know, after a big move from the 150-day moving average, I have no lines in here, I erased them all. After a move through prior highs, look what we did today. A small inside day. So, you know, does this look constructive to me? If you're a bull, yeah, why wouldn't it, right? We held the top third or even the top 20% of this big move, showing commitment, showing people wanting in, and you do another day or so of this, and then who knows, we continue going. If we would have failed and broke back below the prior high and came even below this, yeah, maybe they would have said yesterday was emotional. But an inside day like today is showing you that yesterday was somewhat validated and a commitment to it. And even more importantly than the inside day in there, you saw some follow through and some key names. And in the morning call today, we talked about the financials and finally how they woke up. Talked about it all day long on Twitter. I tried not to pound the chest, but financials were a great call, great ad yesterday, and had a really nice move. This was your inside area that wound up breaking to the upside. My favorite name, which I talked about adding yesterday, had really nice follow through. This was your wake up, right? Here is where it held support and then broke out, and look at this nice close at 1725, a pebble throw away from prior highs. And we've talked about how at times, you know, it gets a little monotonous when it's in this type of range. It's done it many times. Here was a range that was monotonous after a big move. Remember, this move was from like 10 bucks, so why wouldn't it go sideways before going again? This range was a little bit quicker before going, so it took time to digest, and then there you go. In the other financials, you look at Morgan Stanley, which I talked about buying yesterday. I actually sold it today. I only kept Bank of America. Nice little trade above this. For those on the virtual trading floor that see me go live with positions, here was my buy. Today was my sell. Day and a half, no longer on the virtual trading floor. Those who follow me with Bank of America saw that I did get in yesterday, and I still own it, but I do own less than I had yesterday. So here was your day one, here was your breakout ad, here's your trim and trail, but hold some. So what does that mean? That just describes to you one of the tactics I use with names that I like based on patterns. I use a tier system. Tier 1 when it looks good, tier 2 when it gets ready to go, maybe even sometimes tier 3, and then when it goes, you trim and trail, take some off, feel good, book some profits, and stay with some if the move happens to go to day 3, day 4, day 5. I'm typically out by day 3, and then I'm usually crying and belly aching that I owned it when it's day 4 and day 5, but that's part of my process. And I rarely buy on day 3 or 4 because I don't like to chase situations. But anyway, nice move in the banks, even Goldman Sachs, you look at this, really nice, healthy move. So with an inside day in the S&P, I will take upside follow through in the banks any given time. As far as tech, I came in today with a few different things to look at. A lot of my crew was long Facebook, and I avoided it. Sorry. Facebook, really nice move. Held the 21-day. Yesterday woke up. Now it's at highs. Very strong trend. I know it broke a little bit below the 8-day, and it felt vulnerable, and I talked about it feeling vulnerable. But then once it held the 21-day, switched gears. I haven't tried to short it since this little area, and a lot of people, you know, took advantage of it on the virtual trading floor, closing at highs. YELP gave me a nice trade early on and became a little wishy-washy. I got stopped out of my trailer, and I'm sorry if you chased it. I also was buying it at like 99.5 and 100 and sold some and then got stopped out of some. It is what it is. That's the way YELP tends to trade. LinkedIn looks good for a range type trade. You know, it's still stuck in this descending channel, but after a red dog reversal down here, a move right back to the high end. What did it do? It held middle ground, closed near the highs of the day. So maybe tomorrow, we get some upside, and next time it tries to take this out, perhaps it acts a little bit better. Twitter is just neither here or there. It's getting really, really tight, so something could go on with Twitter soon. You look at this descending channel here. If you're a Twitter fan, which I am, Red Dog 211111, I'm looking at it closely to see a signal for it to perhaps go. So I'm long a little bit, and if it were to break above this kind of descending channel with any kind of authority, maybe it wakes up and then tries to go again to fill a portion of this leftover gap, but not quite there yet. But it's on the radar, and Zynga, a pebble throw away from $6. Hopefully you have it in the drawer. I still have it in the drawer, but I have a lot less than I've had during the majority of this move. As far as tech, tweeted about 2 charts. One worked out really well, one didn't work out as well. First one was Amazon. This was Sperling's play of the week. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer to play out. He posted it on Monday. I posted it today. Today it finally went, nice clean move right back to the earnings pivot. So this is your earnings gap. Maybe it tries to fill a portion of this tomorrow or the next day, but this was a really nice trade off the open, and then some follow through in the afternoon. Congrats if you're with it. I sold mine a little early. A lot of people had some nice success with this one today. If that was you, congrats. As far as Apple, tried twice, still somewhat lethargic. It needs a catalyst. Apple needs a friggin' catalyst. It needs an announcement with the buyback. It needs something as far as wearable devices. Maybe it needs an iPhone 6 announcement. Who knows? It went a little bit above this spot and hasn't quite had the power to break above this. I think if you want to be long, you could still be long a little bit. It's just not a real focus. Google, still not enough power yet to break above 1225-ish. I think it could happen soon. Netflix also didn't break above, hanging around right there. Tesla, last 2 days, inside days. Everyone's like, what's wrong with Tesla? Nothing's wrong with Tesla. Monday it had a nice move off the 8-day, recrossed the prior low RDR, and now it's going sideways, building an area, right near the highs. So perhaps in the next day or so, tomorrow, if it were to open negative and go positive, maybe you get a red dog reversal, and then perhaps it trades through this for a new high trade. So it's just digesting. Not every day is Tesla going to be up and gone. So you don't want to overtrade Tesla either. As far as some other scenarios, let's talk about the car makers. Oh, look at this. Red diggity dog caught some money in Ford. Look at that. Boom. Okay, nice trade. Reclaim the 200-day, reclaim this moving average. Perhaps it goes higher. Some think it's very undervalued. GM also had a nice move, closed off the highs, but still looks okay. Where are you? GM. Boom. Close off the highs, but decent. Yesterday, I started trading GOGO, and wasn't so quick yesterday, but then today, really clean breakout. Now I got to yell at Sperling because, for some reason he thought earnings come out tomorrow morning, and I don't like to take stocks into earnings, so I sold mine. So you'll see on yesterday's disclosure, I was long GOGO, and today I sold it, probably a little early. This could be considered a day one, and it closed near the high, so who knows? Tomorrow you get some follow through if you're still there and need to make a mistake like me. Great scenario from a descending channel, where was that? Right around here to, look at this little red dog reversal right there that never got taken back, to sideways and up. Hopefully you were there. What else? The AGS, POT. Got to have a POT. No, what's that? That's actually a JOB. This had a really nice move. Talked about it too. I know a lot of people have been trying it in here. Nice tight range. I got long before 34, and then I broke through 34, and I wound up closing real strong. Let's see if there's follow through tomorrow. I do think there was some volume attached. We always like volume, right? Volume. A little bit of volume there. Some are thinking that some sanctions on Russia could limit their our purchases to their potash supply, so maybe we go with the Canadians, and I think this is where that's located, so who knows? That could potentially go. Then we have CF. That was on my 2014 thesis at highs. You have Mosaic also on the move, trying to take back its 200-day. So little trade here in the AGS, which doesn't happen too often. So if you caught it, congratulations. It's a tactical trade, a day in the life of of a market participant. Not everything's going to always be the leader. Not everything's going to be a breakout into 52-week highs. Sometimes you have to play lower ranges like the car makers like we talked about, even these ags that had a nice tight setup. You know, tech has been somewhat hit or miss. But overall, today I would deem as a very positive day. A day where you had an inside day and key stocks that we've been talking about and looking at all had nice follow through while the indices took the day off. Unfortunately, when the indices go up, I feel like my stocks don't go up, and I do better on down days and up days as I'm all long, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there tomorrow. It is Wednesday. Tomorrow we have claims and we have a few other things. Jobs, big jobs day on Friday, so maybe we get another inside day tomorrow and then wait for some type of confirmation on what the economy is doing on Friday, as some people are ratcheting down their expectations. I think Goldman took back their expectations lower to non-farms to about 120, which I think anywhere between 120 and 150 will be in line. But let's talk about that tomorrow. So today, hopefully you made some money. This is the type of day where traders excel, where you see volume, you see price patterns, the market relaxes, and stocks that are on the move show their face. And hopefully we have these type of days every day, and we'll continue to be opportunistic with the market versus trying to rationalize or think about the fair value of the S&P, what the market should be doing based on the Ukraine, where we think fair value is without QE. All these things are irrelevant. Price is key, trend is key, and price and trend have been strong. So hopefully you're sticking to the plan on whatever time frame you use. Scott Redler, T3 Live. The recap, I'll see you tomorrow morning with Brittany. Have a good night.